I'm not really a believer of everything happens for a reason or that was meant to happen or any of those narratives because I feel like they imply that you were meant to go through all of the bad things you've been through. And I really don't think it's like that. I don't think that anybody was meant to go through any of those bad things. I think that life's like that, sometimes good things happen, sometimes bad things happen. There's good people and there's bad people, and well, everything is just a result of our decisions and how they interact with others' decisions, kind of like just an action consequence situation. Hi, I'm Paula, the girl that sits here every Tuesday to just talk about things that happen to all of us but that we don't talk about enough. And today I wanted to talk about how to move on from all the things that didn't happen. One of the most chaotically fucked up things about humans is that we know that there are things that don't happen. We know that that action-reaction situation could have been different if only blank. You fill it in with whatever you want to. And that's a big problem because how am I supposed to get over something that didn't even happen? Good question. I know that leaving behind the parts of yourself in your life that could have been living a different story if only things would have been different hurts. And maybe you're still holding on to that because accepting that things did not happen that way will leave you stuck in a present that could be different, better. It's okay to be scared of moving on. You don't have to do it immediately. Actually, instead of an action itself, moving on is the result of a set of actions that lead to you finally being at peace with whatever was causing you a lot of pain before. So instead of forcing yourself to all of a sudden feel peace towards what didn't happen just because you think that's how you should feel, give yourself the time to just accept that you can't change the past, you can't change the way things turned out to be, and just accept that, accept your pain, feel that pain and that anger, and feel it until you are ready to move on. Now, accepting the past means accepting that there were things that didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that you have to think that it was okay for them not to happen. It just means that that's how things went, and all you have to do is accept that, even if that's not how you wanted things to be. And you don't need to keep trying to find reasons for it to make sense, because sometimes life happens just because, and there's not really a logical reason behind it that makes everything just make sense and be right. Sometimes things happen or don't happen and it hurts, but that's how it is. Sometimes what didn't happen, it's just the result of a set of decisions that you can't change. And you can't pick and choose how each and every single situation in your life is going to turn out. Trust me, I've tried. So there will inevitably be moments in which things just don't happen the way you wanted them to. And the best thing to do is to simply accept that, feel the anger, and just eventually move on. Don't deny your pain. It will only keep you stuck in a suffering loop for longer. I know it might seem easier to just avoid all the bad feelings and pretend that everything is okay, but if you do that, then you will just be constantly exposed to situations that might trigger those bad feelings in the most random moments and places for an indefinite amount of time until you decide it's time to just focus on healing that. So trust me, in the long run, it is easier and better for you to just accept that you are not feeling alright, knowing that eventually you will feel better. You can't rewrite the history of your life, Doesn't matter how much and how badly you want to, you can't change the past. And I know it might seem obvious, but sometimes we need someone to remind us the obvious for us to realize that there are some changes that need to be made. Whatever didn't happen is in the past and there's nothing you can do about it. So there really is no point in keep yourself holding on to all of those could have beens. To be honest, if you do that, you're just missing out on all the things that are happening right now and all the things that could happen in your future based on the decisions and actions you're currently making. So, until when are you going to keep holding on to something that is only happening in your head? Remember that you are not defined by the things that didn't happen, okay? Just because you think that something that didn't happen was the best thing that could have happened to you, or that that particular thing that never happened or that happened differently would have made your life so much better, doesn't make you a failure. All of those what ifs or if onlys only live in your head. Remember that your happier ever after is not determined by any specific event in the past that didn't happen. It's determined by all the things that taught you a lesson in the past, gave you good moments, make you feel alright right now, and all the good things that might come in the future. So it's time to make peace with what didn't happen. Thank you so much for being here. That's it for today. I send you a massive hug. Remember that you are not alone, and see you next week.